Alexandra's Records 1. Year 62, August 14th. Today, I finally received a letter from Professor Kayunkov. Truthfully, it's quite shocking. The letter that the professor sent was about things that had happened 2 years ago. At that time, flying fish rarely appeared and the research about shell had just begun. The professor and I just had our first fight then. But what made me even more surprised was the contents of the letter. Alexandra, I hope that you can come to my lab at about 3 p.m. tomorrow. I would like to hear your opinions about the shell research. It seems like the shell research has hit a bottleneck, or maybe something happened that finally made the professor doubt the necessity of the research. Regardless, this can be considered as a breakthrough. I hope that this time, I can convince the professor to give up on that impractical idea. This city of Ashen Stars still has time, still has opportunities. Alexandra's Records 2. Year 62, August 15th. My gosh, only heaven knows what I've seen today. There was a flying fish in Professor Kayunkov's lab. And it was alive. And judging from his attitude when speaking about this issue, everyone in the research department, aside from me, already knows about it. I don't know why the professor hid this from me. I asked, but he did not answer. He simply discussed many things about the pearl and the shell with me, as well as some of the flying fish's origins. Yes, unbeknownst to me, the professor has already completed the fishing net project. According to him, that monster was captured by it. To be honest, after listening to all these, I only had one thought. Professor Kayunkov has gone mad. The areas that were invaded by the flying fish and thus renounced, have all disappeared? Consumed by the flying fish? How is that possible? Anyway, according to him, the shell research might not make it in time and he invited me once again to assist him in completing the shell. But, Professor Kayunkov, I respect you, but I cannot accept. Whether it is imprisoning the city of Ashen Stars with the shell, or working with a madman. I'm sorry, I can't accept it. But, I'm still preparing to visit the 55th area in a few days. That is the area renounced most recently. I really mean if the professor has not gone mad, then I can definitely find something there. Of course, I have not discussed this with Alexei yet. I know that he would definitely try to stop me, but I am also partly responsible for the way the pearl is being abused now. So, I must go. If I don't make it back. Alexei. I love the both of you. Alexandra's Records 3. Year 62, August 17th. I'm not sure why, but recently, the Black Reef Company has been laxing its control over the borders of the city of Ashen Stars. Entering the 55th area that was renounced just a month ago was easier than expected. Seems like these weapons I've prepared can be used to fend off the flying fish instead. Of course, I hope I don't encounter them at all. Hopefully not. It's birthday tomorrow. I hope I can make it back in time to prepare her birthday present. Alexandra's Records 4. Year 62, August 17th. I went deeper into the 55th area again today. After being renounced, this place had become a desolate city. I thought that there would be some people who refused to move out. Truthfully speaking, investigating in a place like this alone is quite frightening. Oh, that's right, my luck is pretty good. Shortly after I left, I picked up an unlocked bicycle. Probably abandoned here. Since nobody will be needing it, I'll just take it for now. With this, investigating is a lot faster. Although I can go there directly, but since I am here, I should take a good look around. Especially that area in the northeast. Never mind, I shouldn't think too much into it and head out now. The earlier I go, the earlier I can return. I don't want to spend the night in this forsaken place. Just thinking about it is terrifying. Alexandra's Records 5. Year 62, August 17th. Now, I am in a residential area in the northern region of the 55th area. I've discovered some interesting anomalies worth noting here. All the buildings nearby have missing chunks of various sizes, quantities, and locations. But they all have extremely regulated edges. Some have straight ends, some have curved ends. Evidently, these are not caused by just any random machinery during demolition. Rather, at least for now, nothing that I know of can leave such gaps in those buildings. I also realized that the further I head northeast, the more frequently I see these missing chunks in buildings. Could it be that something special really exists in that area? There's still time before sundown. I should go take a look. Alexandra's Records 6. Year 62, August 17th. It's late night on August 17th now. I am still in an empty apartment building in the 55th area. The white-haired girl is right next to me now. Or more accurately, she is in the room next to mine. What happened just now was too abrupt. I didn't have time to react at all. No, there was nothing I could do. This differs too much from the common sense I've had all along. A flying fish suddenly charged towards me. Oh, this one that I encountered seems to be of a different species compared to the one that the professor has in his lab. It has a similar color, but a completely different shape. The white-haired girl who appeared suddenly. Where exactly did she come from? How could she wield such a huge weapon, with her petite body? And, why was she so indifferent, when she defeated the flying fish? It's as if she is already used to this. There are too many mysteries. Oh, right, that bicycle was also destroyed by the flying fish. I think I won't be able to leave here for a while. Wait, there seems to be some weird noises next door. No, I must go and check it out. Alexandra's Records 7. Year 62, August 18th. It's late night on August 18th now, around 2:30 am. A-872, the white-haired girl who rescued me just now, she said that this is her name. But isn't this more like a code name? And I are walking down the trunk road in the 55th area, heading southwest. At this speed, we can reach the second area where the Black Reef Company is located in approximately 3.5 hours. If A-872 is not lying to me, then we must stop the professor immediately, before he ruins this world. Truthfully, I don't want to trust A-872. What she told me is even more unbelievable than what Professor K. said. Things that wouldn't even happen in a sci-fi novel. But everything I just saw proved one thing to me. A-872 and Professor K. are not lying. I must make haste. I need to stop Professor K. before the pearl utterly destroys this world. Alexandra's Records 8. Year 62, August 18th. If you are reading this letter, then I'm sorry. Mommy has gone far, far away and will need a very long time before she can come back. I've hidden your birthday present in the uppermost shelf in my closet. If you can't reach it, you can ask Daddy to help you with it. He can definitely get it for you. You must be thinking, Mommy is so terrible, how can she leave without a word? Yes, your father must feel the same way too. So, you must spend more time with Daddy, don't leave him alone. Even if you speak badly of me, that's fine. After all, Mommy is a horrible woman who left the two of you behind. If I can smoothly resolve this, the first thing I'll do is to burn this letter. Alexandra's Records 9. Year 62, August 18th. After countless of flying fish attacks, A-872 and I finally left the 55th area. It's around 5 am now. We're now resting in an empty room in the 21st area. I got injured fighting the flying fish. I probably broke my left forearm. Luckily, A-872 found some bandages and painkillers nearby. I could at least apply some first aid. While taking a break, A-872 and I talked about some things related to. I can tell that she likes children. Well, that makes sense. Despite everything, she looks like a child herself. Of course, I know that she's more than what she seems. She felt like someone my age when we were talking. In fact, she has been through a lot more than I can imagine. But since she is unwilling to talk about it, I shouldn't probe. Everyone has a past that they don't want to recount. Sigh, let's rest for another 10 minutes and continue forward. Alexandra's Records 10. Year 62, August 18th. The state of the city of Ashen Stars is far worse than I expected. The flying fish are everywhere. They fearlessly attack buildings and people. Near the second area, especially around the Black Reef Company, it was a hellish sight. Ferocious monsters, countless corpses, buildings bitten apart like they were cakes. I dare not look, but those frightening things are just before my eyes. A-872 went ahead before me, rushing into the Black Reef Company building. She attracted the attention of those flying fish. For now, I'm safe. But it is only for now. Professor K. Where are you now? What happened here? Alexandra's Records 11. Year 62, August 18th. Everything is over. I found Professor K. deep in the laboratory. He had died and a flying fish was still guarding his corpse. Oh, that's not right, it should be guarding the pearl in his arms. Soon enough, A-872 hurried over. Those flying fish were no match for her. She finished them off and took the pearl. As I thought, she came for that pearl. I wanted to snatch the pearl from her, but I had no strength left to even stand up. On the way here, I was attacked by a group of flying fish. My right leg and abdomen are severely injured. I won't live for long. Before A-872 left, she asked me if I had any last wishes. I wanted to mock her. Even though she looks like an adorable child, when she said that, she seemed like a grim reaper. But I did not. I gave her my address and told her how Alexei and look like. I told her to take them to a safe place, as far from here as possible. She agreed. I hope she fulfills her promise. Alexei. I love the both of you. A-872's Records. Following Alexandra's information, I found where she lived. But by the time I arrived, her husband, a man named Alexei, was no longer breathing. Looking at the aftermath, he probably died to protect their child. Yes, that child merely 2 years old, she was huddled under him. Although she had some scratches, she was still alive. What shocked me more was that this child. She resonated with the singularity in this bubble universe. But she is still young, I can't possibly take her back like this. What we've been through is too much for a child like her. Yes, I'll find a relatively safe bubble universe and leave her there with this pearl for now. Nobody will harm her with it around. I hope that you will grow happily and healthily in that new world, Brony. Brony? Something doesn't sound right. I'm not pronouncing her name like the way Alexandra pronounced it. Then, is it Bronya? Or Bronya? Yes. Bronya. That sounds more like it. But Brony does sound cuter and also sounds like a nickname for Bronya. Sigh, if only I had asked Alexandra clearly before. Ugh. Precious baby, can you tell me, between Brony and Bronya, which one is your real name?